Minor Austrias. The Spanish monarchy suffered a severe economic crisis, tremendous demographic losses, and military defeats that implied loss of European territories. This period is characterized by culture experienced a period of splendor and magnificence. Because of this, the 17th century is known as the Golden Century. In the political aspect, the last three Habsburgs started to delegate their duties in the favor of favorites. Philip III, from 1578 to 1621. The favorite of Philip III was Duke of Lerma. One of the worst measures of this period was the expulsion of the Moriscos. Some 30,000 million people were expelled, which was approximately a 5% of the population. These consequences of this expulsion were demographic crisis and also a lack of agricultural products. An internal relationship the king and the Duke of Lerma entered into a period of peace and stability. Culturally speaking, Cervantes wrote El Quijote, and also La Plaza Mayor was constructed. Philip IV, from 1605 to 1665. During his kingdom, the economic and demographic crisis reached several levels. On the other hand, the cultural, literary, and artistic productions is considered the most important of all Spanish history. The variety of Philip IV was the Conde Duque de Olivares, which started an aggressive international policy and participated in the 13 Years' War from 1618 to 1648 against France. The war finished with the Peace of Westphalia in 1648, in which Spain finally recognized the independence of the Netherlands. Nevertheless, the war between France and Spain continued till 1644. This conflict ended with the Treaty of the Pyrenees in 1659, in which Roussillon in the Pyrenees and Artois near Flanders were given to France. In this treaty, it was also arranged the marriage between the Spanish princess Maria Teresa and the future king Louis XIV, also known as the Sun King. In 1614, there were popular uprisings in Andalusia, Catalonia, and Portugal. During his kingdom, art and literature flourished with a special glory. In painting, Velázquez and Murillo are two great examples. In sculpture, Alonso Cano. In architecture, La Cárcel de Corte o Los Jardines del Buen Retiro. In literature, Lope de Vega o Quevedo. Now we are going to talk about Charles II, that lived from 1661 to 70,000. When Philip IV died, Charles II was only 4 years old. Because of this, the government was ruled by his mother Mariana of Austria, who ruled as a regent. This kingdom was characterized by a general crisis and a weak government caused by the serious wealth problems of Charles II. In 70,000, Charles II died without an heir. Due to this confrontation, the War of the Spanish Succession broke down. This war lasted till 1713 and ended with the peace of the Treaty of Utrecht. As a consequence of this treaty, the Habsburg dynasty finally disappeared in Spain and a new dynasty started that was called the Bourbon dynasty.